Oops. Well, this is pretty awesome. It's Monday afternoon. My big rainfall event was probably at 8 a.m. Sunday morning on Mother's Day, which was yesterday. So we're a day and a half past that. And I got a flowing creek. We'll call it a seasonal creek. And when I posted the video, I guess I missed this whole section of my diagonal flow. So let's walk it again. Anyway, that's my property line over here. And anyway, water's seeping through. This is a little pocket pond I built right here just to put water in the ground. No manure or anything of concern here. Anyway, you see the water flowing out, coming through. Then we got a little sheep pen area. What's up, little girl? Wanna say hi? Wanna say hi? Anyway, you can see the water flowing down here. Then we go into going into another pocket pond I built. And just put it in reference, when I did the big water flow event, just on the other side of this corrugated hut is where the manure pond is. So this is the flow I want to keep out of the manure pond. Anyway, last time I had something like this happen, it was 2018-ish, before we actually built the ponds. We had seepage, or we had flow for like 6 weeks, and this was on a completely different flow area. Anyway, see the water coming over through here. This is like so awesome. And anyway, I'd go out and watch it every day, and I could see that this is exactly where the new pond is built. And when it was just a ravine, I could actually see the water seeping out and flowing, and it wouldn't go far. I mean, by 100 yards down, it was visible, but it was a flow. I mean, it was a bona fide flow. Anyway, so the manure pond is right there, and as you can see, little bits going in. I'll cap this off. I mean, I've got the excavator right here, so I'll end up raising it over here just to keep the water flow separate. But let me hop over this fence and we'll keep walking it, see how far it goes. Anyway, for 6 weeks, basically from Mother's Day to Father's Day, I had standing water, and I don't think we got any more rain after Mother's Day. We're kind of on the tail end of it. Anyway, that's the area we just came from. See the flow here. When I first came down here, I came to feed these cows, and the first thing is I thought maybe one of my water troughs was leaking. I'm like, where's this water coming from? I went and checked all the troughs, and none of them were leaking. Anyway, so we're going across the road I was building, which was, I put clay across here to build a little road, knowing that the road was going to hold some water back. I mean, if I kept going with it, I'd end up putting a culvert in here, but I'm still contemplating the new final pond in this area. I mean, this is just so awesome. So we're walking down to, this is my little road where straight ahead used to be a feed store. And I'm gonna turn around. That's the back side of my shop building. The landowner out here had the feed store, and I think he kept paying that building, so 18-wheeler could back up there to unload and stuff. And let's keep walking this little flow. Clear water. I never see clear water. I'm only out here during the gushers, and it's all muddy. But we definitely have clean water through here. This is even clearer than normal. You can see to the bottom of it. Anyway, so this is where it overflows the culvert, and it's still flowing out of this side too. I can hear it and I can see it. Let me get in position over here. I don't think I can show you from this angle, but hopefully you can hear it. But you can see the clear water. And I think when it narrows over here, you can see it. and then we're just gonna keep going, see how far it goes. I mean, I see it where that log is right there. I see it. I can see it flowing over there. Let me see what I've got here. If I got a hot fence. No. Yeah, I thought I had turned it off. I'm pretty sure that's called bee balm. If anybody can confirm it. This is while I'm walking this way. This isn't my pretty one, but this is another Mustang grape. That took over a dead oak tree. And most years, this is where I pick most of them. Oh yeah, look at that. July 4th is generally when you start picking the Mustang grapes, and I plan on picking a lot of them and making juice. It was a success last year, but hopefully you're seeing them. Nothing like a natural harvest. Don't have to do nothing except the time to pick them. All right, so, well, I can see it flowing. I guess it's taking a right turn. I thought it would flow where this debris line was, but it's making a right turn and reversing. So it's going in here and then it's reversing back over there. Let's see if we can find more of it. All right, we got it down here. I'm actually standing in water. Can't tell at this point if it's flowing or just standing. Let me get out of this. Go away, snakes. This was a little kind of bermy swell I built several years ago. Just did it in a hurry, never came back to finish it. So it filled it up, busted through the berm, found an exit. Yep, it's still flowing. It is still flowing. We'll keep walking it. It'd be pretty cool if it flowed all the way down to the end of the highway. Yep, still flowing here. I'm gonna have to hop this fence, but this is my thicket below the old pond. This is the area that I keep native. I don't mess with it at all. I don't know what all's living in here, but oh, and my grim tree, a big grim tree, beautiful tree. Anyway, let me hop over the fence. We'll keep following it. All right, show you for new viewers. That's a little deer blind we made out of a dish antenna and used cedar pickets. Other than the floor, the whole thing was just made out of that, totally recycled. I think it's pretty cool. We don't hunt out of it, but still pretty cool to have it here. All right, so the water was coming in right here, and just flowing back into the thicket. See if we can capture it. Now at this point, it's merging with the sediment pond, new pond, old pond water flow. This is actually the merging point of it. Boy, look at all that. I mean, it's a beautiful tree, but man, these cedar realms are very, very fragile. I wouldn't want to be underneath it in a windstorm or a hailstorm, that's for sure. Okay, so right here is the diagonal flow we were just following. Right up here is the new pond flow, which is not flowing. I know it's definitely not flowing, but we're going to keep following this. Let's see. I'm curious if it's just standing at this point or moving. I think these are wild onions. Yep, definitely wild onions. And I always see our native blackberry plants. which pretty sure that's what this is. I mean, the birds sit up in this tree and I guess poop out the berry seeds and then they sprout, but they don't get any sunlight because of the tree. I've been down here and it's like one little weak native blackberry will have one little weak berry on it, just trying to survive, trying to create more seeds to continue their life. All right, so we're here. There are minnows. Yeah, they're for sure. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, those are little perch. I don't know if y'all see them in there. They must have come out of the old pond. Yeah, it's not gonna be good for them. At this point, I'm just trying to get a sign that the water is actually flowing. I see it. I think you see it too. It's still flowing. Just keep going. Anyway, so talking about the seepage I had in previous years, I always contributed it to, I've got these big hills on the backside of my property. My theory was we get this 4, 6, 10 inches of rain in a week, and it would just take 6 weeks for it to go into the ground on the mountains and start their travels underground to us to get on my property. And that's kind of what my theory was. And when my pond was first built, it kind of held true, but before something collapsed internally on the pond, after the rain, let's say a week after the rain, the pond was still increasing. It was like raising a ½ inch a day, which is cool because there was no surface flow. So that means clean underground water was getting pushed into the pond, which was pushing out the dirty water. So you got a very clean, beautiful pond. But something happened and it started reversing. It would go the opposite direction. Anyway, we're still flowing here and we're real close to the highway. We also got skeeters. I'm not seeing any tracks. I would figure I'd see raccoon tracks or something over here. I haven't showed this too much, but the massive culvert going underneath the highway. I mean, it looks like it's six feet tall. You could just walk through it. Anyway, so this is it. This is my property line. See if I can get a better view. You can see the culvert. I mean, it's got to be 6 feet, 2 meters tall, going completely underneath the highway. But the water, yeah, the water is definitely, I can see it flowing into the culvert. It's still flowing. So yeah, we have a bona fide seasonal creek, which is exciting. I'll keep an eye on the new pond now. Like I said, it would be exciting if it started doing like it did right after Zach built it, which is, you know, the volume going up instead of down. Got another, I don't know what causes this. I haven't had the cows. This fence is so bad here on the highway. Let me back it up here. The fence is so bad here on the highway, and I don't want to replace it because the government's taking it. So I haven't put the cows out here because I was a little worried they'd end up getting through the fence and get on the highway. Anyway, here's another flow. Nothing flowing here, but it's definitely a water path. It's no way it can't be. Oh, the reason I was talking about cows is I haven't had cows down here, so this can't be a path that the cows made. And yeah, it looks like it just splits off. I mean, when it gully washed, I mean, right now we just followed that little flow, but as you can tell from the debris over here, I mean, this whole thing was much wider, so it had two flows. It kind of made a moat around this thing here. Went ahead and came up to the new pond. It's overflowing also, but I just wanted to show you. So you see the hills back there? That's what I was talking about. When we had a lot of rain in 1 week, we had standing water in a flow for 6 weeks after it, basically from Mother's Day to Father's Day. Anyway, I think it was the water. It took six weeks from it to get from the top of that hill underground down here. But we do have a flow coming out of here. This will be real quick. It's not going to our, it's not going past our low water crossing. But I'll just show you it. It's going down into the rocks, into there. And we got a big pool of water behind the low water crossing, but you can see it's not traveling over. But this is the area. I mean, this whole area right here, like the seepage. Somewhere over here, when it wasn't a pond, it pretty much looked like this, and it would seep out of the ground at the beginning of where it kind of cracked open to a ravine. It would just like seeping out, and I would follow it, and I'd probably go maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 yards, 50 yards, something like that. And then I'd check it. Like I said, every week it was like disappearing a little shorter until about 6 weeks later it was gone. So that was awesome, but it took a big rain event, which we just had. And before I sign off, I will tell you that when I said 2 inches of rain on that event, it was actually 4 inches of rain. I think it rained so hard it just overflowed my electronic water gauge. The Lampasas River, which I showed the flood a couple of weeks ago, that's actually one of the Texas places where they have a rainwater gauge. Anyway, it's 4 miles away from us. When I thought I had 2 inches, they had 4 inches. And I saw a bucket, and it probably had a little over 3 inches of water in it. Well, I got to cut in one more time. You know the grass I got from the pond I grew up on, my muck pond episode? I guess it overflowed. It's right here. That's one of them, so I'm gonna go put it back in the water. I also saw a couple of irises that got pulled up from the flood. I'll show that to you, then we'll sign off again. Signed off like 3 times and then kept finding something new. Anyway, there's a iris right there. It got dislodged from all this moving water, but I still got plenty. The lily pads are doing good. I can see irises down here. I think I lost some irises that were back on this other side. But anyway, I'm gonna throw this back in, and let's see if the society garlic's still there. Looks like I actually have, yeah, there's still some in here. Anyway, here's the society garlic, still doing good, but I'm thinking that and that is this grass. Sure looks like it. And I'm seeing another patch over here. There's another patch right there of the grass I brought in. It's even flowering, got a little white flower on it if you can see it. And then seeing over here, here's another uprooted iris. Then we got one uprooted, one not uprooted. Anyway, I'll push them back in the ground. We'll see how it does. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off for the probably 5th time. Y'all have a great day.